the forgotten Gospels, the teachings of Jesus Christ and the Apostolic Fathers, chapter 13. This is the letter of Pontius Pilate to Tiberius Caesar. Pontius Pilate, of course, was the Pontius Pilate who had to do with the case of Jesus Christ, the trial of Jesus Christ, which led to his crucifixion. This is another evidence of a man that at that time didn't know who Jesus really was, that he was the Son of God. But before the trial of Jesus Christ, Pontius Pilate was giving reports to Tiberius Caesar as to what was going on in the area of Palestine, Jerusalem. And it was ongoing that he was giving the reports as to who this man Jesus was. So this is another significant proof that he actually lived, and it's a description of him as a man by Pontius Pilate. Letter of Pontius Pilate to Tiberius Caesar. The historical document, it has to do with the physical appearance of Jesus. Copies are in the Congressional Library in Washington, D.C. in the USA. To Tiberius Caesar, a young man appeared in Galilee, preaching with humble unction a new law in the name of God that had sent him. At first I was apprehensive that his design was to stir up the people against the Romans, but my fears were soon dispelled. Jesus of Nazareth spoke rather as a friend of the Romans than of the Jews. One day I observed in the midst of a group of people a young man who was leaning against a tree, calmly addressing the multitude. I was told it was Jesus. This I could easily have suspected, so great was the difference between him and those who were listening to him. His golden-colored hair and beard gave to his appearance a celestial aspect. He appeared to be about 30 years of age. Never have I seen a sweeter and more serene countenance. What a contrast between him and his bearers with their black beards and tawny complexions. Unwilling to interrupt him by my presence, I continued my walk, but signified to my secretary to join the group and listen. Later, my secretary reported that never had he seen in the works of all the philosophers anything that compared to the teachings of Jesus. He told me that Jesus was neither seditious nor rebellious, so we extended to him our protection. He was at liberty to act, to speak, to assemble, and to address the people. This unlimited freedom provoked the Jews, not the poor, but the rich and powerful. Later, I wrote to Jesus requesting an interview with him at the Praetorium. He came. When the Nazarene made his appearance, I was having my morning walk, and as I faced him, my feet seemed fastened with an iron hand to the marble pavement, and I trembled in every limb as a guilty culprit, though he was calm. For some time I stood admiring this extraordinary man. There was nothing in him that was repelling, nor in his character, yet I felt awed in his presence. I told him that there was a magnetic simplicity about him and his personality that elevated him far above the philosophers and teachers of his day. All in all, he made a deep impression upon me and everyone because of his kindness, simplicity, humility, and love. And now, noble sovereign, there are the facts concerning Jesus of Nazareth, and I have taken the time to write you in detail concerning these matters. I say that such a man who could convert water to wine, change death to life, disease into health, calm the stormy seas, is not guilty of any criminal offense, as others would have said. We must agree, truly this is the Son of God. Your most obedient servant, Pontius Pilate. The sainthood of Pilate and Procula, his wife, Claudia Procula. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church recognized Pilate as a saint in the 6th century, based on the account of the acts of Pilate as it does his wife Claudia Procula, whose strange dream of Christ induced her to try to stop his crucifixion. Procula is recognized as a saint in the Eastern Orthodox Church and in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. The Eastern Orthodox Church, she is celebrated on the 27th of October. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church celebrates Pilate and Procula together as saints on the 25th of June. The Archo volume, in addition to physical description of Jesus, can be found in the Archo volume, which contains official 1st century court documents. This information substantiates that he descended from ethnic lines having blue eyes and golden hair. A part of the interview of the high priest Gamaliel describes Jesus' appearance. I asked him to describe this person to me, so that I might make known him if I should meet him. He said, "If ever you meet him, you will know him. While he is nothing but a man, there is something about him that distinguishes him from every other man. He is a picture of his mother, only he has not her smooth round face. His hair is a little more golden than hers, though it has as much from sunburn as anything else. He is tall, and his shoulders are a little drooped. His visage is thin and of a swarthy complexion, though this is from exposure. His eyes are large and a soft blue, are rather dull and heavy. This Jew is convinced that he is the Messiah of the world. This was the same person that was born of the Virgin in Bethlehem some 26 years before." The Archo volume was translated by Dr. Mackintosh and Twyman of the Antiquarian Lodge in Genoa, Italy, from manuscripts in Constantinople and the records of the senatorial docket taken from the Vatican of Rome in 1896, volume 92 to 93. The letter written on a papyrus scroll dated to about 5 BC with an accuracy of plus or minus 50 years. So here we see more evidence from High Priest Gamaliel that Jesus was about 26 years old when he started his ministry, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, tall, very fair, very serene, and also the same description with personality traits from Pontius Pilate.